As we mentioned, the annual Stotesbury Cup Regatta presented by Toyota is now underway, and our next guest certainly knows a lot about the sport of rowing. Oksana Masters is a 19-time Paralympic medalist who has competed in multiple sports across the spectrum, really, including cross-country skiing, cycling, rowing, and you'll have a chance to meet her here in Philly on Saturday. Oksana, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is incredible. You are the most decorated U.S. Winter Paralympian. I had to make sure I said that right. You've had an incredible journey. Tell us how you got started with rowing.
Yeah, actually, my whole journey as an athlete started with rowing. When I moved from New York, I got involved into Louisville, Kentucky. I got involved with the Louisville Adapted Rowing Club there. And that was when I was 13, and I had my, and it was honestly for me, it was my therapy in a way. I fell in love with the sport and being active and getting stronger, but it was a time rowing kind of saved my life in so many ways too, because I just found out I had to amputate my second leg. And so being on the water, there's so much sense of freedom, but there's also such a huge sense of like, you have a massive community. And I was a rower. I competed in doubles, so it was mixed gender, so it was a male-female double boat. And honestly, that kind of where my passion for sport really started. And
you're a Toyota athlete, which is fantastic. You're in town for the regatta. Tell us about what it means to be here in Philly for this specific race.
Honestly, being here in Philly specifically for this race feels a lot like coming home in a full circle as an athlete. Because I traveled every single year, did that like 9-hour drive from Kentucky to here. For the Regatta Regatta that I was competing in. And I've always wanted to come to the Stotesbury Cup because like that's the largest high school sport. And when I was rowing, I was training alongside high school athletes, and I saw like it was really cool for them to see the different ways you can row.
You're going to be here tomorrow for people to meet you. How can they meet you at the regatta?
I will be at the regatta. I would just say, honestly, like just come from the start of the first race to the end of the last race. I'll be there and doing some signing and some talking about sharing my own story, specifically in rowing, from definitely between 10 to 12.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, I know people are going to be so excited to meet you and to pick your brain about how you've been so successful. Oksana, thank you so much for coming in. And